Can you show me that your team completed the access review? Do you have evidence of encryption in transit? Where's the proof? If hearing these questions makes your stomach drop, trust me, you're not alone. Today we are tackling one of the most trickiest and important parts of GRC, evidence collection. So what counts, what doesn't, and how do you avoid failing an audit over a missing screenshot? Let's get into it. Here's the thing no one tells you. You can have solid policies, brilliant controls, and even a rockstar security team, and still you failed your audit. Why? Because you couldn't able to prove it. In GRC, being compliant isn't enough. You need to be provably compliant, and the currency of that proof, it's called evidence. Let's make this way simpler than it's usually explained. If you are new here, I'm John. This is GRC Made Simple. Today we are diving into how auditors think and how organizations gather evidence that truly holds up during a review, certification, or even at investigations. What is evidence in GRC? Evidence is anything, a document, a report, a log, or even a screenshot that proves a control was actually executed. It should ideally answer who, what, when, where, and ideally why. Here's how I like to explain this. If your control is the action, then evidence is the receipt. When someone says, okay, show me your access review, your job is to respond with, sure, here's the evidence. Let's walk through some real world examples. Access reviews. Here's what actually counts. A good evidence is something like a PDF export from your IAM tool that shows user access, role, and the last review date. What doesn't count is an email saying, we checked the access, trust us. Auditors don't trust, they verify. Encryption in transit. A good evidence is a config screenshot, system logs, or even a results from a scan. A not good evidence is a Slack message that says, yeah, pretty sure it's encrypted. That's not evidence. That's guesswork. Security training. A real evidence is a learning management system completion report, who took the training, when, and their completion status. A bad evidence is a screenshot of someone maybe watching a training video. Watching is not the same as completing. Vendor assessments. A strong evidence is a completed signed questionnaire. A weak assessment. We spoke to them on Zoom. They seemed trustworthy. Auditors don't check vibes. Auditors check documentations, policies, and procedure. A good evidence is a final version stored in Confluence or in a GRC tool. A bad evidence is a random draft sitting in someone's inbox with no date and no owner. If you can't prove when it was approved, it doesn't count. Let's talk about the mistakes that cause chaos and how to fix them. No automation. If you're chasing screenshots every quarter, you're gonna burn out. Use tools like Drata, Vanta, Tugboat Logic. They automate the boring stuff. Wrong format. Meeting invite isn't proof. Grab the output like access review notes or exported reports. Missing timestamps. A policy with no version history, that's a red flag. Store everything in version control system. One person workflows. If that person leaves, so does the evidence. Build shared systems of record, not hero workflows. How to organize evidence. Want to make sure future audits painless? Build a mini system, something like this. Start with controls. List out all the controls and their evidence type. It can be PDF, scanned report, or even the LMS report from your trainings. And the system. List out all the systems associated with the controls and the frequency of audit, how frequently you audit, and the owner of the control, who is responsible for this control. Store it in a shared folder or GRC platform. Name files clearly. Add dates. Keep the audit trail clean. Imagine this. If you disappeared tomorrow, could someone else find the proof? That's the gold standard in GRC. Let's wrap this with a mindset shift. Controls is what you do, evidence is how you prove it. If you want to win in GRC, start thinking like an auditor, start collecting like a pro, and remember, no screenshots, no security. Want my free evidence collection template? Drop evidence in the comments and I'll send it over. If this video helped, give it a like. Hit subscribe for no BS GRC content. Thank you for watching. See you until the next video.